Hello everybody, it's Julie at Quilts Plus. It is March 2021 sampler block. You guys, we are well on our way to spring. Winter is almost over. I hope you guys have been enjoying working together on these blocks. I know that we've got sisters that are in different states that are working on these blocks together. And you know what? It's so much fun to stay connected even when we're far apart. And so that's what we really enjoy doing at Quilts Plus. And I hope you guys are doing great with your blocks. Now, we are working on March, again, 2021. And this block is using, we're going to be using 3 fabrics. We've got our background fabric, then we have our light fabric and our dark fabric. Now just keep in mind as you're looking through this that when you're making your cuts, you're going to see that there's A, B, C, D, and E. So go slow as you're cutting these out. Take your time. Remember that with your background fabric, you're going to be making 2 different cuts. Your background fabric is your lightest fabric for both blocks. You're going to see that. And then you will have a light fabric, and that one you won't see a lot there that you have. You only are going to be making 2 cuts of that, and that's going to be 2 3 3/8 inch squares, and then you're going to cross cut those. Again, I just kind of wanted to go through this because sometimes when you have so many cuts, it can be a little bit confusing when you only have 3 fabrics. So keep that in mind as you go along. With your dark, you're going to notice that you have for D and E different cuts that you're going to be making for those. This is a really fun block. We are going to do again, half square triangles. Just make sure that as you're positioning these together that you're working in quadrants instead of rows. So you'll put your A and B fabrics together and so on. So let's just kind of move on from there. I wanted to just kind of go through that real quick with you. So what you're going to do first is you're going to lay out your fabric and you're going to trim off your selvages as we've done before in the past, and then using your 1/4 inch seam, you are going to be assembling your blocks just like we've done before. So not a lot of that has changed. You're going to have that going on. So I just want to make sure you guys know, trimming your selvages, then laying out your fabrics, knowing what goes with what, and then you're going to be cutting out your pieces. Take your time again, like I said, and then chain sew together those half square triangles. Now, as you do that, you'll chain sew going across it as a row, but then when you assemble your block, you're going to be doing it in quadrants. Again, looking at your pattern as you go along. I also have that in the pictures that I've shown you online, so it won't be something that's so challenging, but it is a little bit harder than the one block you've done before. So we kind of move forward as we go, and you guys are going to enjoy this one. Remember to use either your 3 3/8 inch tool, your square that you have, which is 6 inch total, but it's called itty bitty 8s. We still have those in the store if you would like one. Again, it's March, so you may be at the point now where you're like, listen, I got this down, I got the 3 3/8, I get the idea. Now, not all those blocks that we do throughout the year will be that size, but as we're getting started, it's nice to start off slow and then move forward and get a little more challenging as we go. So it's March, we don't need too many challenges, not yet. Let's get into spring, and then maybe we'll be ready for it at that point. So then you're also going to be remembering that when you are putting those half square triangles together, you're going to iron your seams open and then trim around each one of those blocks so that it's going to be 3 inches finished before you start putting those together. And you also want to make sure that as you place the ruler on the block set it on the diagonal line over the seam to trim it properly. I know that I've seen some of these trimmed up as 3 inch blocks, but then your points are not correct, so it's important to make sure that when you lay out your ruler on top that you do set the diagonal line on top of that seam so that you're going to trim that exactly to the 3 inches that you need it to be. Then lay out your block carefully using your instructions, looking there at that quadrant that I've talked about. You'll see how that lays out. You know, and if you look at this block, it kind of looks like two fishes that are kissing. I mean, it's kind of sweet. It kind of reminds me of Under the Sea. I just kind of like that. And I like the colors that we've got this season, or this month. Each set of blocks has some blues to it. I think we need that. They're so pretty. Now, so those quadrants together, remember that you will need to match your seams. This is really critical as we move forward with this one, making sure that you match those seams closely together. Pin that crosswise. Again, I'm using the silk pins. It just makes it so much easier to do. They slide in there nicely. You don't have anything catching, and it's not too thick. So again, if you need some of those, they're $6 in the store. We can hold you some, whatever you want to do. We'll take care of you. Your measurement for this final block will be, or the March block will be 10.5 inches. I am going to just do a little quick show and tell here. I'm going to try to hold this up so you can see what the blue block looks like. Isn't that pretty? And then, and this is the blues with the batik, and then the March for the other one is got the another set of blues. Now, just to keep in mind that if you have started this project and you're like, you know what, Julie, I want to do more of these. I want to do them in another color range that we have offered. Give us a call. Give us a call. Our phone number is 269-383-1790. Listen, we can mail them to you. We can get them to you however it needs to go. But this is a fun way to connect. I hope you guys are all well. We'd love to have you stop in our store. We're here from 10 until 5 Monday through Friday, and then Saturday 10 to 3. Hopefully soon, or by now, we're starting classes again, but I'm not sure on that one, so we'll keep you posted. Shortcut tools. Your shortcut tools are available here. We can help you with that. Call me too if you need anything. And again, just keep in mind that we're here to help. All right, you guys have a great time making your March block. Remember, the instructions are there in the email. You should be able to just follow those step by step with the photos that are there, and everything should be numbered. So you got this. Take care.